Well, welcome everyone to King of the West Tonight, starting a brand new season this evening. We were off for a little Thanksgiving holiday last week, but Gary Thomas and George Hager back at you, and we're excited to be back on the air, George.
New fall season, ready to go. We'll talk about what's happening in the off season.
Yeah, a lot of exciting stuff coming up, but first off tonight, we wanted to kind of give a little recap of the Turkey Night Grand Prix, of course, last week in Paris. First time I'd ever been to the Turkey Night, a historical event, and back on dirt.
Really? It's the first time?
First time.
Wow, and it was back on dirt. The Kassarians, the Agajanians brought it back on dirt at Paris, and 59 cars showed up. That was pretty amazing.
Great car count, and guys from all over the country. I mean, one of the best midget fields you're going to find anywhere.
All over the world.
All over the world. That's right. We had guys from Finland and stuff.
Yeah, we had Finland, we have New Zealand, Australia, Canada, and of course all the drivers from United States. And you know, the Northern California drivers didn't fare too badly.
California guys did pretty good. Of course, 4 of the top 5 are from California, but 3 of the top 5 from Northern California. When you think about Kyle Larson, Ryan Burnell, picking up a huge win.
And this is a 98-lap race, and I tell you, it took a lot of different driving styles. It took a lot of different setups because it was hooked up at the beginning of the race. About 60 laps in, 70 laps in, started taking rubber. Then you had to drive and save tires.
Right.
It was a lot of what is it called? A lot of action.
Yeah, all over.
Yeah, a lot of tension all over too. Everybody wanted to know how long the tires were going to go.
And it wasn't easy for Kyle Larson. I mean, he had Brian Clausen all over him a few times, and of course later in the race he had Tracy Hines all over him. And you know, when those guys are pressuring him, he wasn't able to save his tires as much. So I know I was sitting with his parents, Mike and Janet, and his dad was commenting that if he wins this race, it's going to be because of his stock car experience this year, being able to save those tires.
Yeah, and he also had Ryan Burnell. I mean, he was right on there at the end of the race as well. You know, Shane Golovic.
Yeah, Shane Golovic, another guy that races with King of the West a lot. Finished 5th.
That top 5 finish for him. So yeah, it was great for the California guys, but I think it was just a special night. So now back on dirt at Paris. And I hope it stays there because that is a great facility, and it was a great night. Saw a lot of friends from both Northern and Southern California, and it is. I know you had Thanksgiving dinner in the parking lot.
Right, we had linguiça and sausages and stuff. That was great. And
Steve Gomez and all the gang.
Steve Gomez, the gang were down there. A lot of fun. Yeah, it was like I say, my first time at Turkey Night. I've always wanted to go, and finally back on dirt. It was everything I expected.
That was great. And congratulations to Kyle Larson. He was Rookie of the Year in 2012 on asphalt. And he wins it on dirt in 2012. I mean, 2011 Rookie of the Year. I'll get it out. And 2012 winner.
28 wins on the season to finish off.
Wow.
Absolutely amazing. He won the Ultimate Challenge. He won the Gold Cup. He won prelims at the Chili Bowl and Knoxville Nationals. What didn't he do this year? It was absolutely phenomenal.
I don't think he won the Daytona 500.
Yeah, he didn't do that.
He might do that.
He might do that in a year.
2013. Yes.
But that was a great night for Kyle, and definitely want to thank everyone for bringing the Turkey Night back to dirt. And we'll be back next year.
Absolutely, and then you know, we had a chance to run over to Reno, to the Reno Tahoe Fernley Speedway banquet.
Right.
I have to get it all out. The new name of the Reno Fernley Raceway is the Reno Tahoe Fernley Speedway.
Yes. Definitely want to thank Vuki and Matt, Sue, the whole gang up there for showing us great hospitality. Of course, Chris used to be the manager of the then Reno Fernley Raceway.
He was
a great spread. He's a chef. Yeah.
Well, I had tri-tip, I had chicken, I had salad, I had it was a little bit of everything. It was really good. It was fun. It was festive, and the turnout must have been 400 people there. It was great.
Yeah, great turnout.
It was packed.
A lot of fun. A lot of great foods, we said. And I think before we go into our banquet recap, we're going to give a couple congratulations to our champion. Jonathan Allard picked up his 3rd win in New Zealand. 3 starts, 3 wins. But check out the podium, George. That was pretty impressive.
You had Jonathan Allard, and then the World of Outlaw champion,
Johnny Shots.
And then who was 3rd?
Peter Murphy.
Another one of the KWS regulars, kind of sandwiching the World of Outlaw champion there down under in New Zealand.
Yeah, Jonathan, of course, has been over there the last, I guess, 5 or 6 years, and has had a lot of success over there, and we definitely want to give him big congratulations.
He's unbeaten over there this year.
Unbeaten over there. Pretty impressive. And next up, George, we kind of recapped the banquet a little bit last week, but we kind of wanted to give a little more full experience tonight.
Absolutely. Show you some of the speeches the drivers gave, give you a little view at the kickoff party, the car show, the model car show. It was a long weekend. It was a lot of fun. Bottom line, I think the guys all went home happy.
Yeah, they all went home happy, and let's check that piece out.
I want to thank some of our guys. I know they're going to get an introduction later, but how did you like the highlights, the racing? How's that working out? Brandon's up there in the control tower. It's been a tough year. We drug Brandon in off the street. He was standing on a corner with signs says, "We'll film for food." So we put him to work. Anyway, Brandon's done a heck of a job this season. He stepped into some big shoes. You know, we had a really good guy last year, Paul Rodriguez, and Tailgate, as most of you know him by. Tailgate did an amazing job too, so we've been lucky that Brandon was able to fill in. I think the guys that put this together, and I have to thank George and Gary. They led this, did a heck of a job. Steve Rosenthal, who tromped all over from supplier to supplier to make sure that we'd have sponsors that would get on board. Thank you, Steve. Catings, Brian Matherly is not here, but Brian worked hard all this year to get us a lot of the parts and stuff that you guys are going to draw for tonight. Awesome job. Ashley Smith, stand up, please. Ashley, I don't know how we're going to thank you for what you pulled together. The auction is Ashley. He really got that thing together, and you can see what a wonderful job he did with a lot of help from a lot of you. But I think in a year that's kind of been tough, Ashley's done a heck of a job. Thank you, sir. With that, I want to introduce Mr. Gary Thomas and Mr. George Haig, I think.
Well, thank you very much, Dan. I don't know if anybody's seen George around here. I saw him about 10 minutes ago. He was out by the bathroom area, I think.
Hey,
Does
Gary.
anybody know where George went?
Gary.
Are you around here, George?
I'm back. I can't find my coat. I'm trying to get my belts tight, but I can't find my coat.
Well, where are you at?
I'm backstage here looking for my coat.
It's somewhere over on that table, I think.
Where? Where's my coat, man?
Somewhere over there.
I was putting my straps down. Got my straps.
I see you got suspenders on, thank God, this year. Not going to lose your pants now.
Guaranteed they're not coming. I got them tight. Anyway, hey, enough of the fun and games. We're here for some serious business. And I've had the privilege of working with some great people this year. And they work for you. They work for the fans. They work for the series. And they work for the betterment of 410 sprint car racing. And I think that's Dan Simpson. God bless his heart and his wallet, stepped up, and I think he saved 410 sprint car racing. And hopefully we can take it to new and better levels. Thank you, Dan. But I want to bring up and introduce some people you may not see. You may have gotten their face a couple of times. But the people behind the scenes. I know not all of you deal with all these people, but they may be driving a truck, or they may be pushing a vehicle, or they may be running around behind the scenes before the races even start. So I'm going to get things kicked off here. First gentleman, hope to have him with the series all year next year, Mr. Bill Cannon. Come on up here, Bill. Up next, a gentleman who needs to make a trip down from the tower. I think Dan talked about him a little bit, and the stuff he edits for KWS Tonight, where we have Gary and I have to look at him every week during KWS Tonight. That show has gotten phenomenal reviews, and it's all because of this young man. Please welcome Brandon Skaggs. Come on up, Brandon. Thank you, bud. So Nick Jones is not here tonight. He lives up in Marysville, I believe. Travis will correct me if I'm wrong. But, you know, give a round of applause for Nick Jones, please. I'm not sure if this guy is a bull rider or a country singer looking at him tonight. But he and Nick, and sometimes Travis's young lady, went up and down the road and, again, do anything we wanted to do. And great to have him on the KWS team. Travis Boswell. Come on up, Travis. Travis? Thank you, bud. Next gentleman you all know. He's been around sprint car racing since he was in the womb. He does a great job for us. Eric Maley's in Working Woody. You don't go to races like that, man.
No, I clean up nice. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. This next duo, I don't know. Not only do they work their their tails off before the races. They've also brought us two people that work for us into this world, and the whole family. Please put your hands together for the hardest working family in sprint car business, Cindy and Dennis Thomas. Thank you. Thank you for everything, dear.
No problem.
Thank you. Dennis, thank you. Up next, one of the folks they brought into the world is working for us as well. Probably one of the youngest guys controlling the pit lane in the business. Please put your hands together for David Thomas. David, thank you. Up next, another person that I think a lot of folks took it granted for before Dan took over this series. He's out in front of you every single night, pacing the races and making sure everything goes smoothly. Please welcome Chuck Burt. Chuck? Chuck, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Next young man, because he's young because we've kind of been around this business for about the same amount of time, about 35 years. Worked with him at probably every racetrack in the West Coast. So I want to thank Kenny Garcia. Kenny? While Kenny's making his way up here, real quickly, the next lady that I would like to introduce, she's not here tonight, but I want to tell you about. Kenny, thank you. Again, another lady who stepped up when we needed some help, volunteered to help us in the pits, and Susie Riley. Give her a big round of applause. Next up, another guy that stepped up. You know that we had our race director leave earlier in the year. I can't thank him enough for everything he's brought to this series this year, and really has come into his own as a race director, Mr. Ryan Riley. Give yourself a plaque, Ryan. The next young man, the fourth member of the Thomas family. And like I said, 2.5 years we've been working together, and I have to look at him every day across the desk. I've seen him mature as a person, as a rider, as an announcer, and is just one hell of a nice guy. He is a real asset to sprint car racing. We are very proud to have him. You call anybody in the country, any series in the country, they want this guy to go to work for him. But we got him, and we're going to keep it, Mr. Gary Thomas.
Thank you very much, George. It means an honor to work with you. And I guess our next guy I should introduce is a guy that a lot of you racers talk to on the phone. I know he enjoys talking to guys like Brent Kading and Willie Croft. And it's a guy that puts in a lot of effort this whole series. And well, our next award is going to go to Mr. George Haig. George, a big round of applause for the Haig. Well, we'd like to get into our tribute part of the night, everyone. And as we know, this last season, we lost some members of our sprint car community in Northern California, most notably David Tartar in June, longtime car owner and former NARC president Duke McMillan in July, and most recently young Tyler Wolf. On behalf of the King of the West Sprint Car Series, we'd like to send our deepest sympathies to those families and anyone out there that has lost somebody special this year. We'd like to now pay tribute to Tyler Wolf, Duke McMillan, and David Tartar. Well, something new this year we did was we actually, not only the drivers that were members in good standing who made 95% of the races received money from the point fund, we also received drivers that were 15 through 35 who were on hand tonight taking part in the point fund. And those teams supported the King of the West Series as much as they could this season, and we'd like to invite them all up to the stage now. Those include Lamar Racing with Cody Lamar, Golubic Motorsports, Shane Golubic. I think Terry Elbert's here for him tonight. Jeff Griffin Racing, Jeff Adele Racing with Richard Brace Jr., Dan Allen with Kenny Allen driver, Scott Parker and Dean Brendel. Peter Murphy is their owner. He'll receive the honor for them. We also have Dan Simpson in the 4S, Brent Kading in the 89 car, and Brian Matherly Racing for Bud Kading in the 19. So everyone coming off stage, we have some awards for you and also some checks.
You got some checks too over there, Gary. If you would give these guys a big round of applause. They're supporters of our series just as like anybody else is. So thank you guys.
And the grandma.
And the grandma, I'm sorry.
Tailings management remains one of the most difficult environmental challenges for the oil sands miner. What if you could begin MFT pond reclamation today? What if you could recover residual bitumen? What if you could efficiently recover and recycle your MFT pond water? What if you could meet and exceed Directive 74 criteria? All while processing around the clock. This video demonstrates the simplicity, ease of use, and effectiveness of the DriveAct technology for processing MFTs. The DriveAct is a two-phase process. In phase 1, the solids are dewatered. Clean filtrate and any residual bitumen are recovered. In phase 2, the captured solids are heated while under vacuum, allowing the cake to be dried to any desired level. The technology is safe and fully automated. Immediately create trafficable solids well in excess of 10 kPa. Recover clean water. Recover residual bitumen.
All right, up next, throughout the course of the season, there's always one team, it seems like, that we see that luck is not on their side. It's in the wrong place, the wrong time. Something breaks, bam, we're into the wall. Tire goes down. You name it. This team has, I think, seen it all this year, Gary. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think there's anything that hasn't happened to him. Young man had to sit out the last few races from a concussion. And, we sat down and thought about who really had the toughest luck all year long. And it seems like every time we turned around, they just get rolling again and something else would happen. And
Nice custom award there for Bob Carter.
this is made of pieces out of somebody's race car engine and a broken rotor. And it's got the Hard Luck Award on it, so you won't forget it because it weighs about 40 pounds. So, Cody Lamar, come on up. Hope this makes you feel a little better and makes your headache go away.
And thanks to KWS, Dan Simpson, all they do for us, and it's a great series, and hopefully next year we'll see what we can do.
Well, yeah, George, next up we're going to start getting into our Royal Court. All of our 14 members in good standing with awards 14 through 11. First up, we're going to move over to 14th owner, 12th place driver, Pat Harvey.
I enjoy my hobby, and I hope that everybody else here does the same, because that's what it is to me. Thank you.
Next up, we're now going to move to 13th place driver, Danielle Simpson, 13th place owner, Dan Simpson.
Go for it.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you to my crew, Jason, Roy, and Brian. We had a fun year, and I'm looking forward to next year. Thank you, everybody.
Next up, we're going to move into our 12th place owner and 11th place driver.
Dan, thank you for putting on a good series. And like everybody else says, we're looking forward to next year. Thank you.
Next up, we're going to go into our 11th place owner and 10th place driver.
We had probably the best time this year. This is a great series, and like I said, we're looking forward to next year. We're going to try our hardest to be out there every single race. Thank you.
Well, before we get into our next driver, we're going to give away a special award tonight, courtesy Tim Grant, Grant's Fine Art. And this season, we had 17 races with the King of the West Sprint Car Series and had 11 different fast qualifiers, showing a lot of great parity in qualifying. Seems like every year there's only one or two guys that dominate qualifying, and this year we had a lot of parity. But two drivers tied for the most fast times this season, including Willie Croft, who set fast time at Antioch Speedway July 21st, Ocean Speedway July 7th, and Southern Oregon Speedway June 9th. Along with Tim Kading, his fast times were at Calistoga Speedway May 27th, again at Calistoga Speedway May 26th, and at Silver Dollar Speedway on May 5th. So we'd like to please welcome up now our Fast Time Award winners this season, Willie Croft and Tim Kading.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I owe a lot of that to Mark with Mark's or Shark's Racing Engine. Sorry, you know, he builds great engines, and it just makes it easy for me to go out there and go fast, I guess. Thanks a lot.
I just got to thank Dennis, Teresa Roth, everybody with the whole Roth Motorsports. You know, Dennis gives me a great car every weekend. I go out, stand on the gas, and try not to step on private parts. But I got to thank everybody. You know, congratulations to the Zero car, to Dennis on the championship this year, and hopefully we'll see you next year. We can hopefully not piss you guys off too bad.
Well, next up, we're going to get into our top 10 now, beginning with our 10th place owner and 9th place driver.
I'd like to thank my father and my mom. They put up a lot of late nights and you know, late nights on the weekend. And thank all the drivers for being so supportive. And I really like the camaraderie, and everybody's, you know, good racers with me. And I appreciate it. Thank you.
We're now going to go into our 9th place owner and 8th place driver.
Thank you, guys. I'd like to say thanks for having me out here every year.
Please welcome from Sacramento, California, 8th place owner, 7th place driver, Double Down, Willie Croft.
Anyhow, thanks everybody, and look forward to racing with you guys all next year.
Well, next up, we're now going to go into our 7th place owner and 6th place driver.
It's a big family, and that's what we love about this sport. And the loss of people that happened this year is bad. I mean, it's tough to think about that when we go out every night, something can happen with our lives. Probably not coming out quite right, but the sport that we love can take it away so fast. And hope everybody loves their family and loves their kids and gives them a big hug tonight. Thank you. We'll see you next year.
Well, next driver, unfortunately not here tonight. He's away on business. He's our 6th place owner and 5th place driver with the King of the West Sprint Car Series.
Gary said that Bobby is working this weekend, so he couldn't be here, but we're going to send him a check for $8,500, along with all the gift certificates and goodies that everybody else has got, and we'll get his trophies to him there in Elk Grove here next week. So again, Bobby, congratulations.
I think we have another special award, George.
This one is for the Rookie of the Year. And this guy, it's great to have on. We're glad to have in the series. It's a young team, up-and-coming team, and they've had some successes this year, and they've had some down times as well. So let's take a look at our Rookie of the Year.
Again, a lot of people to thank. Obviously, again, all our sponsors, but this year we decided late to get into the 410 series, and we called up Ricky Stenhouse Sr. and he put us into a 410 this year, and it was probably the best thing we ever did. We've had more fun this year than we've ever done in a sprint car series in the last 6 years. And again, you know, we're looking forward to next year. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll see you next year. Thank you.
It is now time to start our live auction. So I'll get my mic and we'll head down to the live auction items.
Please welcome, out of Clovis, California, 5th place owner, 4th place driver, Peter Murphy.
And we're very proud to run with the KWS, and thanks for Dan and everyone else for this series. It's a good series. It's actually a great series. I wouldn't want to do much else other than that right now. And especially all the drivers, like I said, Jason and Doug and Pat and, like, you know, Andy and Willie and everyone else, Tim, Jonathan, who's not here. Evan, I forgot his name there for a second, even Brent. It's just been good fun, and I love you all. Thank you.
We're kind of getting down to the nitty-gritty right now, and then we're going to move on now to our 4th place owner and 3rd place driver.
Hey, so first of all, I want to thank Dan Simpson and the whole DES KWS group for making this all possible. And you know, I've been racing a long time with this series and with an ARC series, and the checks coming out tonight are awesome. So I think we need to give Dan a standing ovation here for what he's done for this sport. And I argue with him more than anybody. I don't always agree with Dan, but he's done a great job. I've been around, a lot of you people haven't been around as long as I have in this series, and he's done more in the last 2 years than most people have done in 20. So I'll still argue with him and disagree with him and tell him we shouldn't be doing things, but thank you, Dan, very much for what you've done for us. I want to thank my crew member, Chris Good. The Cajun, Raging Cajun, for showing up. The rest of my guys are busy either testing with some customers or watching TV. So I want to thank Al's Roofing Supply for being a great supporter. Al's been a great sponsor of mine for quite a few years, and without him I wouldn't be up here doing this or having a great time racing. So congratulations to the Roth Motorsports team, Kyle and Tim, for doing a great job over there and bringing that trophy home, and the Madco, Corey and Katie Cookies racing team, and Ashley and Jonathan for doing a good job over there. And the rest of you guys had a great season racing with all of you. The windscreen wiper over there, Andy. He's a great competitor. He's doing a good job, and I'll continue to give him a bad time. He's trying to act like he's not going to come back and race with us, but I know he is. He's had way too much fun. So thank everybody for being so generous tonight for the benevolent fund. It's a great cause. Ashley and everybody actually have done a great job making us all possible. So we have been generous this year with some unfortunate incidences, and we're hoping to help anybody out in the future, and hopefully, you know, this will be the last of it, and we're all going to race on in the future without any issues. But I want to thank everybody again for being so generous, and thank Dan again, and we'll see you all next year. I'm getting old, but I'm not done yet.
Next up, we're going to go into our 3rd place owner and 2nd place driver.
I'd like to start off by thanking you, George, Gary, and Dan. You guys put on an exceptional series, and it's a pleasure to be a part of it. And I think we're all forever grateful for everything that you guys have done for 410 sprint car racing and the sport that we love so much. I've got to thank my parents. I think this is, I've got to be my 7th or 8th season running a sprint car with them, and every week we load up and drive 3 or 4 hours and get dirty and burn through a bunch of money, and then come home and spend all day Sunday cleaning up and getting ready for the next go around. So I never hear any complaining from them. I just have nonstop support, and I just can't thank them enough. I got to thank my right-hand man, Brian. Brian's been with me for a long time now, and we have a great relationship. I feel like we just keep getting better. Next year, I think we're going to take it to the next level and hopefully get some wins and maybe move up 1 spot in the championship. My girlfriend, Amanda, she lets me go racing every weekend, and I'm grateful for that. I say see you later on Friday afternoons and go home and race all week, and then don't see her until Sunday. So you can come to the races with me more often, and we don't have to be apart so much. But I'd like to congratulate Maury and Katie and the whole Zero team on your Drivers' Championship. Dennis, Teresa, Todd on your guys' owner championship. Excellent job. I can't do this without my sponsors. I've got a lot of support. Jeff Pippin, he's here with us tonight. Jeff's been with us for 2 years, and you know, Jeff will do anything for us. You know, it's support from people like Jeff that really make this fun and make this possible. So Jeff, thanks a lot. Lucas Oil Products have been with us for a while. Enjoy their support. Kevin Pyland at Riley Collins Auto Body. Just a group effort that, you know, allows us to go racing every week, and I'd like to thank everybody involved. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jason, I almost forgot you. Jason, thanks for coming out every week and helping me out. I appreciate it.
Okay, we're down to just a couple more. Next up is going to be our championship driver and second place owner.
Well, it's really nice to see everybody here and a lot of support from car owners and fans and so forth. And I'd like to thank Ashley Smith and Bob Savoy for the main effort and to get us where we are. We enjoy racing in this series and wouldn't rather do anything more than this. It's great. Thanks for all your support.
Well, I see now why Ashley's been pumping me full of cocktails all night. He didn't want to come up and do this, so I guess I got to do a little tribute to Jonathan real quick. Come out, do his little strut for you. I'd like to thank Maury and Katie, Ashley, Shiggy, Mark, Steven, about 15, Chris, anybody, am I missing anybody? Peyton, Drake, had a few crew guys this year. K&N Filters, Redline Oil, congratulations to Roth Motorsports and the Owner Championship. And thanks, Tim, for taking off for a while and making it a little easier on us. And also thanks to Dan and Gary and George and Ryan, to everybody at KWS. And that's it. Thank you.
Gary, I think you've got a special award.
Yeah, thank you, George. Before we get into our championship owner presentation, we'd like to introduce the crew chief of the year.
I can't say how much King of the West had changed sprint car racing out here in the last couple of years. It looked like it was dying. 410s were dying a slow death out here, and Dan come and kind of resuscitated the series, and now it's the strongest series out here again. We do this for fun, and I'm blessed to have a job like this to where work on a race car and do this. I couldn't be any luckier. So I'd like to thank my wife and family. They put up with being gone nearly every weekend, and the kids starting to get a little bit older and starting to go to the races a bit more. So I'm lucky to have them along too. So thanks everybody. See you next year, hopefully.
Tonight, the Roth Motorsports family is going to take part of their winnings. $5,000 will go to the Benevolent Fund. How about that, huh? And $5,000 will go to the Tyler Wolf Fund. From the Roth Motorsports family, and I want to be the first one to shake Dennis Roth's hand for his generosity and for what he does for this sport. Dennis, thank you. We love you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I tell you what, I can't say enough about what kind of job Dan Simpson's done with the King of the West. I'm proud to be able to be the car owner champion the last 2 years. 410 racing means a lot to Roth Motorsports and everybody around it. I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. I appreciate the fact that we've been able to do very well. I thank my wife for standing by me through all these racing and hearing me hollering and not happy, this, that. Todd for keeping things going with the team. I thank both of my drivers, Tim Cade and Kyle Hurst, who's not here tonight. All the crews that have worked on both cars all year. I appreciate it very much. I have a fond love for this sport, and I hope it gets better and we keep it up. Thank you very much.
What about Brent?
Check that BK first, almost leaving out Brent. Brent Kading before Evan Suggs. Got fired.
Now it's Evan Suggs.
I guess as an owner, I guess we're going to try this same game. What do you think, Cole? Pick one. Which one are you going to pick?
Peter Murphy.
Peter Murphy. Even though he speaks with peanut butter in his mouth, Cole still likes him. We know what Cole got. Cole
gets the maximum.
You got the number one. You know how good that is? That's you get the big. You get to put that black car down there, and you're gonna have Grandpa. Welcome back to King of the West Tonight. I'm George Hagan. Hey, that's Gary Thomas.
That's me.
Hey, banquet highlights. I mean, the banquet, again, a lot of fun. A lot of hard work for putting it together. In a way, I was kind of glad it was over because I got to sit down and relax and talk to everybody.
And finally eat your dinner after.
I ate my dinner about 3 hours after everybody else.
But yeah.
Unlike you got it right.
I did get right in.
Jeez.
But no, it was a fun weekend, as we said last week, and you saw a little more in-depth view of the banquet, and definitely want to thank Brandon Skaggs for putting together that great piece right there. But this week, George, it's time to focus on next year.
That's right. We're going to work the Promoters Workshop in Reno, Nevada. All the promoters from around the country get together, and there's a lot of things that happen. I mean, the scheduling is probably the main part for us, putting together, getting all the promoters together, and try to work out dates. And believe me, it's like, I don't know, like a bunch of puzzle pieces you're trying to plug together, and it takes you 2 or 3 days to get all the schedules put together.
You go there with one schedule you think is going to be good, then you put it down on the table and it all changes. So it's definitely it's a long process. First time I've been able to go, but I'm really excited about it. And it's going to be an interesting experience. With, we say, seminars, we're going to learn about lawyer stuff with Mr. Agajanian is going to be there. We're going to learn about concessions and various other things to run racetracks and run series. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing this week. But we also wanted to mention that KWS Tonight is going to be on a kind of a 2-week schedule, every other week schedule. We're going to be going out and doing some shop tours. I know we're going to have interviews coming up with Kyle Larson. Doug Gandy's going to come down and be in studio, and different shop tours. And
I know Kyle this weekend has got a couple banquets to go to.
Right.
He's going to be in Indianapolis for the USAC banquet. Then he has to go to Charlotte for the NASCAR Champions banquet. Then he's going to go, I think, to New Zealand for a couple of weeks. And then when he gets back, we're going to try to go over to his place and kind of sit around and chat with Kyle Larson. Probably one of the last opportunities we'll have for a long time to really spend some time with Kyle.
Yeah, looking forward to that, and looking forward to some of the various shop tours, kind of introducing the fans to, shops like Roth Motorsports down there. Craig Stidham, of course, owns 3 Inc. Productions in Fresno, and trying to get a little more behind-the-scenes look at our drivers that are with the King of the West Series.
One of the things that people ask us is to sit down with Brent Kading and Bud and Tim and maybe Howard, if we can put it all together. And if you've not been to Kading Performance, kind of show you around the new Kading Performance and see things that maybe you don't get a chance to see when you're at the races.
I think with that, it's going to bring it into our show, but we want to thank DriveAC Environmental Systems for sponsoring our episode tonight. And there's a lot of ways you can connect with the King of the West Series, George. I believe our website's number one.
KWSSprints.com.
You can also like us on Facebook at King of the West Sprints. Become a Twitter follower at KWS Sprint Racing.
And we have email.
KWS at yahoo.com. It's on the screen.
Yep, absolutely. And Instagram. I don't know anything about Instagram, Gary. It has to be
That's
your
the new fancy
bag.
young photo thing, photo software that we're going to be using next year more and more. And of course, you can like us on YouTube as well.
And Vimeo.
Vimeo.
We got you covered.
We're pretty much everywhere.
You can find us all over the media.
Absolutely. We want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. My name is Gary Thomas. That's George Hagan. When we come back, we hopefully will have some sort of a schedule to share with you in 2 weeks.